Man, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation.
DBN Nation, of course. Support DBN Nation. You hearing it from Floyd Mayweather.
It's Terrence Crawford, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
This is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
No, I told him when I was 15, he was like 21. No, yeah, he was like.
No, that I don't know how old he was. I told Dad, I said, no, I done seen enough. We had to, you feel me? We cut it loose. That second time, it was doghouse.
What does that mean?
It was doghouse rules.
First time he got over me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he got over me. Yeah,
I was like 15 years old. I went there to spar him.
He didn't stop.
Listen, I didn't even know who he was, to be honest. My dad knew who he was.
I know he was.
I didn't know who he was. So
I still know who he is.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So when I went to go spar him, I was like, damn, he nice, right? I went back. I told all my family, like, damn, like this dude Tank Gervonta, like he nice, right? So then I was 17 when I sparred him the next time. Yeah, because I had just turned pro, or I was just about to go pro. So I was like, it was like a couple weeks before. Oh, was I 16?
I don't know, but I know that
I was 17. So anyways, so then when we sparred, this was in front of Floyd. It was doghouse rules. We did like 7-minute round, like just nonstop. Just AB was there was like 300 people in the gym. Like,
I remember that night.
It was
I didn't
crazy.
go, but I remember
that.
It was who quit first.
Yeah. But let me tell you,
it was who quit first.
It was like y'all was at the Coliseum or some shit.
No.
It was at a fucking what's the name of shit?
He's telling it right. He's telling it right. But one thing that he's leaving out, right, is that he didn't want to stop. When we were in Baltimore, he didn't want to stop. I'm the one that stopped it. Right? I'm the one that stopped it. Dad didn't. When we went to the doghouse, because he didn't, because he was mad at me because I had stopped it the first time. You know what I'm saying? The second time, I wasn't gonna stop it. He was gonna have to stop.
Yeah, but it never even got close to that.
No, because Tank them and what's the name? They stopped.
Tanking them.
Tanking them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tanking them, because at this time, Tank. What I'm saying is, you know, because now they can kind of like, they're at that ages where they look at the coach and they say, okay, do you want to keep going, you know, another round or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're more mature at this particular time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that the doghouse rules and all that shit, as a coach and as a dad, I don't necessarily always agree with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But them as competitive athletes, and at that particular time with Devin and the history that it had, that the bell, you didn't know when it was coming on, when it was coming off. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd was a ref.
Yeah. Floyd was ref.
I heard,
you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? So it was like, at that particular time, once I saw that Devin was biting down, mm-hmm. and he was like, you know, and I think, I don't know if they stopped Tank, or if Tank, I don't know the situation, but I know they waved over to us. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all got the best of them by.
We want money.
Yeah.
How much money you want? He won money.
Well, you know that's funny because
who did you bet?
I bet Adrian Broner daddy. I bet Adrian Broner daddy. So you got to listen for the story to be even authentic, because he brought it up anyway.
If you know, you know. Now, we all know the codes of boxing is what happens in sparring stays in sparring. However, what I'm about to get ready to talk about is something that's already been publicized, is already out there. It ain't like I'm exposing it, so I'm just talking about it and informing y'all on the subject. Now, I say it ain't so. Gervonta Tank Davis supposedly had a sparring match with Devin Haney years ago, which was doghouse rules, and we all know doghouse basically is you fight till you quit. So somebody had to quit, and Devin Haney basically stated it wasn't him. That being said, that information in particular, I already informed y'all on it years ago. Obviously, Floyd Mayweather Sr. came and talked about it. However, now Devin Haney and his dad basically talked about how everything went down. So, as y'all heard in the clip, I'm going to actually leave the full link for that video in the description box below. So check it out. It was a great video. Now, Devin Haney dad came out and stated that years ago when Devin was like 15 and Gervonta Tank Davis, I believe, was 21. They sparred the first time. Now, he basically stopped the sparring match because he saw what he needed to see. And obviously, Devin Haney was 15. Now, Devin Haney was very upset at his dad for stopping the sparring match the first time go round. Now, years later, I believe a year or two later, they was hanging out with Floyd. Floyd called up your boy, AB, the problem Brona at the time. And AB was next to Tank Davis. So Floyd told him, who you with? And obviously AB told him, I'm with my boy. And Floyd Mayweather told him the same thing. Shit, I got my man with me, Devin Haney. So they set up the sparring match. It was like 300 people at the gym. And basically it was doghouse rules. And according to Devin Haney dad, Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't ready to be sparring. Maybe he was sparring the night before that because obviously he was hanging out with AB. So he did have a problem because maybe he didn't get enough sleep. We don't know. But what we do know is that he actually sparred and Devin Haney basically got the best of him because Gervonta Tank Davis and his team stopped the fight and waved the white flag. So Devin Haney and his dad brought all that up because obviously Gervonta Tank Davis stated that Devin Haney is not a real champion because he didn't beat nobody for the belt. But he also know that Lomachenko lived up to that name in particular by vacating the belt because he didn't want the smoke with Devin Haney. So you can see why Devin Haney is upset because Tank Davis know the background of why he got that belt like that. It ain't like Devin Haney didn't want to fight for it, and he's calling out for all the smoke. He wants all the smoke. So Devin Haney was very upset at Tank Davis for making those comments, and he also pointed out that, hey, when you won the WBA, you beat a nobody for it too. And you became the super champion when there was a whole different super champion at the time. And that was new information to me, to be honest. So at the end of the day, Devin Haney got a point. And Tank Davis, he has to see Devin Haney now. I mean, putting it out there, I know it's sparring, but at the end of the day, there was money on the line, there was pride on the line, and Devin Haney was the younger of the two. So that being said, Tank Davis obviously is a better pro than amateur, and he performs better under the lights than he does in sparring, I believe, because obviously he wears smaller gloves, so his power is more effective. And it's also because, you know, he doesn't stay in shape in between fights. So obviously, I'm pretty sure when he fought or sparred Devin Haney the second time, he probably was out of shape or he wasn't in fighting shape. However, Devin Haney, he cut from a different cloth where it's hard work and dedication, and he lived by that motto where he's training every day. So obviously, if they spar on a random day, Devin Haney gonna get the better of him. So the only way to clear the smoke is by bringing a vacuum and hopping in the ring and stepping in the ring with Devin Haney. That's what Tank Davis needs to do. Obviously, he needs pay-per-view fights, and he needs dancing partners at the end of the day. Even a Floyd Money Mayweather at the time, he always fought fighters coming off their biggest win to be on pay-per-view. So for Gervonta Tank Davis, he could definitely fight a Lomachenko, and that will definitely be on pay-per-view. He could also fight a guy like Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney after that, or Lopez or whoever, and them fights will possibly be on pay-per-view if he beats a Lomachenko, because it's so much hype behind a Lomachenko, and if he gets that win, the sky's the limit. But a Devin Haney fight is also a super fight because of all the background and the beef and the backstory they have behind it. And at the end of the day, Devin Haney is still growing as a fighter, and he's very young and has a lot to prove in the sport. Same for Tank Davis. So like I said, it's a no-brainer for me that they fight right now, and I could see them waiting to fight years down the line because obviously that fight will be way bigger down the road. However, at the end of the day, I believe the WBC got Tank Davis ranked as number 2 or number 1 for Devin Haney belt. So Devin Haney welcomed the smoke. He told him, come get this strap, because why are you fighting Gamboa to be the mandatory for the WBA when you could come and get this WBC belt if you believe that I'm not a real champion? That's what Devin Haney was telling Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, at the end of the day, that was Top Rank plan from the get-go. Is get 2 fighters from the murderer's row of today to fight each other before fighting fighters from the Gotti list or the Hope list, and that's Lomachenko. So Top Rank plan is working. However, like Devin Haney said, Floyd Mayweather is too smart for that, and that fight won't happen anytime soon. That's just my opinion on that whole subject. Now, drop your comments on who y'all believe could win in the pros today, and what y'all think about what Devin Haney and his father talked about, what took place in sparring. And if you was there, drop your comments below. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, subscribe below and click on the notification bell to get notified every time you post to go live. Follow Lunatoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. Check out my new show, Split Decision. It's a boxing debate show, talk show, and all that. So be on the lookout for the cookout. We back on the map. So all these links will be in the description box below. And to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we out.
To some of the things that he's been saying, because if he's if Tank is the baddest guy at 135, then for surely you need dance partners that's going to, create and make these biggest events. Mm-hmm. But I would say Leonard is not 100% being correct.
What did he say?
Well, he said that Tank is the baddest. Cow. He's the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? But he has a plan. Leonard has a plan, and that's all they got. They got a plan. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make him the baddest motherfucker in 135, because the reason why Devin is the baddest motherfucker in 135 because we don't have a plan. There's no plan. There's no, you know what I mean? Well, this guy is tailor-made for this, or this guy is that. You know what I mean? It's bring on one, and bring on everybody. One come on. How does it go?
One come with.